Kabam do special quests for those that return to the game. Backdraft Intercepts are no more, and the Hulkbuster Beta is pretty darn tasty. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. We've got lots of important stories to cover, as always. And before the news does kick off, please make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, but mainly have post notifications on all so you get to see my videos when they pop up. And as well, I want to give a massive thank you, as always, to my current Patreons, YouTube members, and Twitch subs. And as always, if you have an Amazon Prime account and want to give a free Twitch sub, then please go to the link in the description or follow the on-screen instructions. That'll help you out how to do so. And by the way, go to the Discord because I do have a special Twitch member tag and a special role, which allows me to kind of like ping some stuff. And I'll be doing some stuff with Twitch subs in the future, as well as more Twitch streams. But without further ado, it's news time. One of the big unexpected bit of news is that we had a game outage yesterday. This is now, I think, the second time in a week and isn't particularly great. But this could be, and obviously there's a little bit of rumor with this was the day that the Incursions actually left our accounts as CCP members. So was this something that necessarily was to do with this? I don't know, Chief. Something a little suspicious, but I don't know. Maybe it's just something like somebody just went, I'm going to do this in the game, and they just scuffed it all up. Obviously, things like Incursions, which are side events, do need to run hand in hand with the game, and I don't want the return of incidents that happened with the Infinity Dungeons when they were introduced a long time ago. But yes, the game went into emergency maintenance, as said here by Kabam Mickey. Either way, fingers crossed that everything works out well later on when Incursions goes live. Next up, and do you remember the problem that was with the Crystal Mixer? Yes, I remember that back in the day. It was not a nice experience, but the fact is, you know, is this happening again? And it was said to be fixed, which has taken 4 months to do so. And unfortunately, as of the recent update, it is now not working again. Not the biggest problem in the world, but when you've got the 2-star, the 3-star, and the 4-star max signature crystal, and you're like, okay, so there's the 2, right? There's the 3. Where's the 4? And it's like you have to go down to find it. The same thing with the way that signature stones are worked. And like going, right, the signature stones are there, but then they're like, the 4-star one crystal is there, and then the 5-star one is, oh, it's right up top there. It's like everything is all over the place. And yeah, it does seem that Kabam fixes and then it's all kind of like jumbled up again. Fun times. Next up is Hulkbuster Beta. Yeah, Hulkbuster is brand new, he's improved, and it looks damn good. And obviously, Kabam want to remind you that you've got to use the beta survey, the beta forums, in order to give feedback to the developer. But the fact is, this obviously spills over for obviously people giving their positive take on what they've seen. I was incredibly impressed by Hulkbuster. I found everything about the champion just so effective. There were a few kind of things to point out. There was one thing with the running of S-word masteries, or ouchie boo-boo masteries, in that you will need, and I think Kabam will sort this out, the minus 25% potency for bleed and poison effects don't currently work, and that's something that I think Kabam are looking into, but again, that's something I should have saved for the beta forums and feedback. Well, Kabam Mickey reminds us here to say, hey there, glad to hear you like it. I hope you'll take the time to put your thoughts in the beta forum and the beta survey. While we love to hear your thoughts, any way you'd like to share them with us, those are the official channels, and only the feedback there is considered for future actions. This is because we want the feedback and the data, those that actually had hands-on experience with the champion. Now, my new Kabam Mickey was a Dalek. For those that like Doctor Who, they like that. Anyone else couldn't give a whiz. Next up, and let's talk about Backdraft Intercept. So I've seen a few posts about this, I've seen a few videos about this, especially in recent times. Over the space of last year, this was something of a big complaint, and a lot of the times between a lot of players saying, look, Kabam have changed the AI, and Kabam going, no, we haven't changed the AI. It's just basically when stuff that we find as players good strategy, effective strategy, is then, well, unusable, and then you kind of go, well, the AI must have changed because this isn't like a usable strategy anymore. So the fact is, Backdraft Intercepts. First of all, for a lot of players that don't know, what are Backdraft Intercepts? Well, first of all, it can be epitomized by this here. So Ultra8529 said back in April 2019, so it's been a whole year, just basically says, to give some background info, the idea of a Backdraft Intercept has two kinds. First, where you wall bounce an enemy against the wall using medium, light, light combo, dash back and wait and split second and then dash forward with the medium to land intercept on an enemy. Second, where you not necessarily have the enemy against the wall, but you do a medium light combo on the enemy, backdash, and then immediately launch a light attack which will connect with the enemy if they dash forwards to you. This whole concept was made popular by Dorky Diggity Dave Dork Lessons' video, which is linked in the description about. And as you can see here, like, he's basically like showcasing things like the way the Backdraft Intercept works, different types, because there are multiple different types. But as you can see here, with the way kind of like it rubber bands, I kind of like calling that kind of method rubber banding. I just like it's like a ping. It's like a ping. You ping it back, you let it go. You ping it back, you let it go. But it's essentially called Backdraft, which obviously you can see on screen at the moment. Now this post was put down in April 2019, which yes, does make it a year old. So where the heck are we up to with anything actually being done with this? And now, after months of waiting, fortunately and unfortunately, the unfortunately being that there's bad news, and the fortunate side of things is we've got a response, is that thank you all for all your patience. We've been looking at this extensively and have continued to work on it throughout our releases. Backdraft Intercept was not an intentional addition to the game, but it is a mechanic we recognise is something that our players are accustomed to and have worked to make sure that we continuously keep it as part of the game. We'll continue to work on improvements with future releases. My final takeaway from this is that it seems more inconsistent. This is an inconsistency, never a consistent thing. Yeah, you're going to see some players being able to do some amazing backdraft intercepts and some really good kind of like chaining into combos. And it's going to be great to see that, but at the same time, does this present a consistency which you'll go, oh, that's okay, I'll just use Backdraft Intercept as a method, and it doesn't always work, then theoretically you are going to be taking a lot of damage just by making your own risk. And a lot of the times when you do more difficult content, continue things like Backdraft Intercept largely means that if you get hit the once, that's it. You know, you're just going to cost you a load of units and revives because of this type of element here that you've known to be accustomed to and enjoy. It's good in some ways to get a final response on this. I just don't think it's the one that a lot of players would have wanted to hear. There's also another post which is hint to block counter by special, which is another thing that is still really a huge problem in game at the moment and does need dealing with, which we'll cover in another Marvel Contest of Champions news at a later date. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Backdraft Intercepts basically not going to be consistently working in the long run? Put it down in the comment section down below. But in good news, Kabam fixed a problem is with the Doctor Strange fight. So a lot of you know that I put out a guide talking about the objectives and the fact there was something that wasn't working, which Soen pointed out, and that is this Doctor Strange here, which is Act 0.1.1.1. So basically the first ever quest you do. This Doctor Strange here, when you fight, and when you blast him into oblivion, because let's face it, you're going to be able to just like one hit, boom, and do this on repeat. It wasn't giving you the objective, so let's just double check. I did check this yesterday, but I want to double check again. There we go. So you get the objective tick down there. So yes, that's good, and that is now working. Next up, and shout out to Skaven and Comrade for sending through this here. So this is an image of something which I believe to be a returning to the game event quest. Now, for a lot of players that return to the game, seeing something of value of being what is considered to be an ultimate crystal wouldn't be seen as something really to shout about. But this BackStage Brawls thing is a nice little return event and allows you to do some stuff. It's not overly hard. It's obviously the collector has issued you a challenge. Do you think you have what it takes to defeat it? I mean, yeah, it looks alright. I think it'd be pretty much doable, especially by someone who was level 60, some good champions. Even with rank 5 4-stars, I think it's pretty doable. And this is the quest information here, saying the collector is offering you an ultimate crystal if you're able to defeat some of the fiercest fighters. These warriors have been handpicked from the new roster of champions which have found their way into the battle realm. Do you have what it takes to complete this challenge for the ultimate prize? Well, an ultimate crystal. I would say nowadays the ultimate prize. A legendary crystal would be more than likely, but you know, there you go. What say you subscribers and watchers of RichTheMan? Do you feel that this is an adequate challenge to return to, and as well the prize is adequate to make you enthused about the game? Put put it in the comment section down below. And now on to our final story, which is arena predictions. All my predictions are down below at the moment. And as well, just to give you an idea, Sorcerer Supreme, I can't really give you much information on because I have to wait till the embargo lifts later on today. And that will give you an idea whether or not it's worth grinding out for. But predictions wise, I'm just going with a random prediction of saying 60 mil, and I won't be able to talk through much about that because again, I'm under embargo at the point of recording this video and releasing this video, so I can't give you more info. 10.5 mil for the 4-star version, 1.5 mil for the 3-star version, and as well Venom. Venom is going to be a great champion for Incursions. Absolutely amazing. And if you are going to go for him, I'm getting this a bit higher. I'm going to say like 2 mil flat. I think this is a valuable 4-star for those people that don't have him. And as well, Awakened ability is going to be great. Incursions with this champion is going to be fantastic. And like I said, Sorcerer Supreme review video coming out later on today. And I can't give you any more details, unfortunately. I'm under an embargo. There we go. That has been Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. Check out some fresh content up here. Check out some supporting links over here. Later on today, I should have a special video, which is a Best Champions for Incursions video, but we'll have to see how time goes. In any case, see you later on. Bye-bye for now.